Progress bars are a very good visual element to display numeric values which are normally very plain. It's literally a difference of night and day. In this video I want to show you how to do progress bars as well as how to do customizable progress bars, which are in my opinion way better and way more personal. I will start with the basic one and then I will show you the customizable. For those who don't know me, my name is Leon and I'm verified by Notion with all of the 3 badges, and here is Notion progress bars. In this chapter I want to show you how to add a basic progress bar in the first place. So first let's go here to the left, and here we can see the basic progress bar which shows 33.33% and so on. That's because we have 3 habits, one is checked, and that's 33% if we round it. Now let's replicate this on the right side. First add a formula property and then click on this field, and now you can edit this. By the way, if you are on a business plan or higher, you can also tell AI to write a formula all the time. But I want to use the formula I prepared here in my script, and this is the following. We have 3 checkboxes. We have habit 1, habit 2, and habit 3. Now, this is either true or false. What we do now is we turn this Boolean value into a number value. So this is why we here add to number. That's because if this is checked, it's 1, and if it's unchecked, so false, it's 0. So if habit 1 is checked, here we would get a 1, otherwise we would get a 0. We do this for all our 3 habits, and then if we added all the numbers we get, we divide them by the number of habits. So in this case, for habit 1, it's unchecked, we have 0. For habit 2, we have 0. For habit 3, also 0. So in total 0 divided by 3 is 0. If we would have checked habit 1, we would get 1 plus 0 is 1, divided by 3 is 1 divided by 3. Or if we round it and display it as a normal number value, we would get 33% if everything is correct. Now let's test this. We get this, but what we also need to do is we need to format the number into percent, and then say we want 0 decimal places, as well as change this into a progress bar. And here you can go for a number. Let's go for gray here, and we have the exact same progress bar. Now this is very generic, but that's it for this chapter. Let's move on to the next chapter. In this chapter I want to show you how to do an advanced customizable progress bar. First, also here, let me show you what this looks like. In this case, for example, I went for this layout. So we have 0%, and then we have these 3 icons. If I check a habit, you can see this white and black icon changes to the white square. If I check another one, also the second one changes, and here the third one. So this is what we want to create in this chapter. Now let's go to the right side. Here, once again, add a formula property, click in here, and I will paste my formula in here. This is a bit more complex than the previous one, but I will go over it. Now, what we do here is we use the let function. And what this allows us to do is we get variables which we can use throughout our code. So we don't always have to write 3 if we want to reference to the number of habits, because let's say I use the 3 times in my actual code down here. I could say total is 3, then I write total in my normal code, and then if the number of habits change, I don't have to change every 3 to a 4. I just change it at the top here, and it will automatically change down here. That's the power of variables. So we have our total, which is 3, and then we want to define our completed, which is habit 1 and turned into a number, habit 2 and habit 3. So if we go with 3 habits, we have here 3 and here all our habits. If you want to change this, for example, to 4, you would turn this into 4 and also add here plus habit 4.to number. Now, these are our variables, and down here in the main part, what we do is we want to format. And what we want to format is we check our completed, which is this here, and divide it by the total. So let's say only habit 1 is checked and the rest is 0, then we get 1. Then we divide this by the total habits, so 3, which is 0.33 period, and then we multiply this by 100. So there we get 33.33%. Then what we do is we use the floor function. And what this does is it rounds to, it returns the largest integer less than equal to the number. So here are 2 great examples. If we have 0.4, we would get 0. So we would get this 0. If we have minus 0.6, it would round down to minus 1. So here we have 33.33%. And when we use floor, we get 33%. Now we format this. So now the type is no longer number, it is a string. And what we then do is we add this percent sign. So now we did this here, the number and the percent sign. Then we add this empty string here. And after that, what this is doing is we want to create this. And what we do is we want to repeat this white square after the formula calculated this. And what this is doing is we get one of these values. And what we get is the one that is smaller. If total is smaller than completed, we would get total. If completed is smaller, we would get completed. In this case, we have 3 total habits and none is checked. So total is 3, completed is 0. In this case, we get 0. So we say repeat this 0 times. If we check 1 habit, we would get total is 3, completed is 1. So the minimum is 1. So we repeat this 1 time. Then we also need the other icon. And what we do here is we repeat the total amount minus the minimum of this. So let's say we checked 1 habit. In this case, we get total is 3, completed is 1. So the minimum is 1. And we calculate total is 3 minus 1 is 2. So this gets repeated 2 times. So we get 1 for this, 2 for this, which makes sense because 1 out of 3 habits is checked. Now, there is also this gray background behind it. And we add this by adding parentheses, and we add this by writing style and then gray background, as well as making this bold, turn this into a code format and turn the text to default so we get white, because the normal color, if you turn something into code, is red. And that's the magic. Now let's check if everything works. 33%, 66%, 100%. And what you can do is you can change these icons to anything you want. Now, now everything looks very smooth. But what is also very clunky is if you have views down here in your database pages. Watch this video over here to get rid of this. Stay consistent.